Gentle beings, welcome to the Equestrian Society of Major Threats. I'm sorry to say that our numbers have shrunk recently, but first, let's have the traditional roll call. King Sombra! Oh no, not again. I'll get the super glue. Miss Chrysalis! Sorry about the loss of the whole queen title. Tyrek! You're looking hardy? And last but not least, hi?
Discord didn't think he had to show up due to his reformation loophole, so I was summoned instead. I blame the lawyers.
Easy now, KP. There are some evils that even this group won't invoke.
Is this it?
Well, we invited Awizodal, but he has this whole temple or nothing attitude, and that doesn't work with Tyrek. We also invited the Flimflam brothers, but they tried to charge everyone admission.
Well, with that dang loophole, I'm sure Starlight and the gang are having a fun time being anywhere but here. But who am I to judge profitable business strategies and Pinkie Pie parties, apparently?
What happened to this group? I thought bad guys were supposed to have all the cool stuff. Right now we've got a deposed queen, an imprisoned not tyrant, and a dustpan's mortal enemy. Equestrian villainy ain't what it used to be. Does anyone here even have an evil lair?
No comment.
All I can say is, the next villain to face this land better be a humdinger. At this point, the good guys are completely OP.
But what kind of villain should that be?
Thank you for the segue.
Oh, you're back. Anyway. Even without the elements of harmony, many of our good guys seem like they're basically on a winning streak. Whether the enemy of the day gets reformed, or frankly isn't a problem for the foreseeable future. I have to admit the number of reformed baddies is getting a little bit too high for my taste, and it seems like if we really want a threat to take place in Equestria, the show writers have to invent a whole new personality in order to test our main group. A little bittersweet, eh?
A little personal, I admit. I grew up in an age where bad guys were bad for the sake of badness. Seriously, they weren't even subtle about it.
It is so much easier to be evil.
Nowadays, I get the sense that people want to see more humanity in their villains. To know why they fell or to leave the door open for reformation. Heck, Megatron, a transformer who scarred a generation, has even gone through a reformation. IDW's comic line accomplished something I didn't expect. It made me feel sorry for him. But there's something to be said for a purely malicious force. They test the protagonists. There's no negotiating, no appealing to the villain's better self, no compromise. The protagonists have to stand firm as their best selves if they want to make it through.
And in the Pony Show, there seems to be a third option, as in having the villain see the error of their ways and join the cast, either as a supporting character or even more. This seemed like a great and refreshing idea with the likes of Sunset Shimmer, and to the viewer's discretion Discord, but one of the reasons I think Starlight's character arc has been challenged as much as it has is by the end of Season 5, this idea was something the show already explored in other characters. And of course, these changes also hurt the believability of our show's antagonists to begin with, as how bad can the baddies be if it just takes a quick hero speech to change their ways?
And how a character behaves after redemption is a big factor. Sunset became an entirely new character, while Discord has remained deliciously antagonistic.
Those are fighting words, mister.
Starlight, well, she seems tempted by the same failings that caused her to fall in the first place. Honestly, the three of them together seem to cover the broadest set of reactions: pure goodness, struggling, and begrudging. But here's a tough question. How do you make a character beyond redemption, but still interesting enough to be entertaining? Much as I love the good old 80s villains, they weren't exceptionally deep characters.
The 90s weren't all that better. Wait, we had good old Disney. I'm gonna show off my nerdiness. Favorite Disney movie, Silver?
Zootopia.
That had a big villain.
Zootopia. Come on, the head baddie there to our society in 2, not to mention expose the side to the protagonist they didn't want to see. Maybe that's the greater test of a villain. How much they challenge the hero's beliefs. What about you, KP?
I swear, that answer was just to get on Racebest's good side, am I right?
Well, maybe it's so he can get on my good side.
That's not it.
You're right, it's not.
I ship it.
Always the dudes.
And I would have thought you were a chick magnet. I was actually referring to Judge Claude Frollo from one of my favorite Disney movies, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Someone who's so set on their ways that it's not lack of logic that needs changing to understand the problem, but it's a tired worldview that needs adjusting, and unfortunately for him, it just wasn't fast enough. Gee, what a way to go. My point in all this, perhaps in the future of the show, it might be best to focus on the bigger pictures of characters and their motivations to really have an evil personality stick. But that's just one suggestion. Instead of focusing on having a villain fill the odd season opener or finale, what about the show or next season, or whenever the series finale happens? I like the big picture stuff.
Ah, but then we hit the next obstacle. Let's count out how many of the goodies stand. We have 5 Alicorn princesses, plus 5 champions and a magical prodigy, a chaos spirit who will mess you up if you so much as sneer at Fluttershy, and a crystal doodad that can make with a zap zap.
Bless you.
That is a lot of magical muscle. I'm a little concerned that if one were to introduce a villain who could overpower that many characters, we'd quickly go the way of Dragon Ball. Oh my gosh, what a power! It's such a powerful power. It's totally more powerful than the powerful power from yesterday. It's the greatest power ever. Nope, wait, there's another. Oh, so powerful, this powerful power of power.
Calm down, you Gary Stew.
I resent that remark. I'm not yet Gary Stew status until I win over Princess Luna. Hey there, would you like some stew? Ha! She didn't attack full blast! That means she's not totally against the idea.
Dear Delancey, I'm not even that bad. Ish. Regardless, here's hoping that someone who helps run a certain property watches this video, or better yet, challenges our heroes with some baddies that are here to stay. I'm a sucker for a villain we love to hate, something like an Umbridge character, so we can celebrate her downfall.
And what kind of villain do you envision, oh fangirl? Funny how a laugh can fill me with dread.
I do have Discord on speed dial, watch your luck. Personally, I really do like Keurig, and I appreciate the development that he ended up getting in the comic arc. But seriously, I would also kill for something like him too. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a new Voldemort-like threat with him in the future, or someone else to take that role?
Ah, very good. Let me introduce you all to my favorite could-be bad gal. Back in G1, there was a ruler who had no trouble ending lives. She'd turn her opponents to trees, or petrify them, or seal them up in paintings. She once turned a horde of ogres into bubbles.
Fucking bubbles!
In fact, she did it all with cutesy rhymes. I don't doubt she did it for what she thought were good reasons, but reading over her stories, I can't help but see her as something menacing. So imagine a pony who didn't agree with Celestia and Twilight's approach, who thought the only way to make the world a better place was to flat out eliminate the bad. A pony who is as skilled as Starlight and fanatical in her approach to protecting harmony, but she's also smart enough not to engage the main cast all at once. What if Majesty, the former ruler of G1's toy line, was a rogue element within Equestria, trying to eliminate disharmonious elements, including reform villains? She could show a greater degree of tactics if she whittled the main cast down. Bonus points if she and Twilight ran up against one another while trying to handle an even larger threat.
Sounds like I'm getting my popcorn ready. Here's hoping. Not that I want anyone to die, but a more challenging threat would be nice. I have to watch my phrasing. Here's hoping for a darker future.
Agreed. Yeah, you get used to that down here.